Gracing the western shore of Chesapeake Bay in the heart of Maryland lies the quaint little town of Annapolis, capital of the state and a beacon light in the annals of early American history, having been founded in 1649. In modern times, Annapolis is noted for being the seat of Uncle Sam's world-famous Naval Academy, which took its name from the town itself and so absorbed the focus of attention that few outsiders realize there is anything of unusual interest in Annapolis except the Naval Academy. However, in justice to the town's older landmarks, we recall that St. John's College was founded about 250 years ago, and even today it merits distinction as being the only college in the United States which specializes in teaching the culture and the philosophy of the ancient Greeks. On the campus of this unique institution stands the famous Liberty Tree, under which the pre-revolutionary Sons of Liberty held their meetings. Foremost among the colonial residences of Annapolis is Carvel Hall, built in 1763 by William Paca, one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence. Another fine example of colonial architecture is the Chase Home, where in 1808, Mary Lloyd was married to Francis Scott Key, author of the Star Spangled Banner. It was within the Senate chamber of this old State House that George Washington resigned his commission as Commander-in-Chief of the Revolutionary Army, and the event is commemorated by a large painting which hangs inside over the main staircase. Among the many other famous paintings which may be seen here are that of Mary, the English queen from whom Maryland took its name, Sir Robert Eden, the last provincial governor of Maryland, and Queen Anne of England, in whose honor Annapolis is named. This historic old State House, constructed in the nervous years just prior to the American Revolution, served as a meeting place for Congress long before a Capitol was established in the United States, and it is still in use as the capital of Maryland. The flag which flies over it is the state flag, and it carries the coat of arms of the Lord Baltimore family. Situated as it is on Chesapeake Bay at the mouth of the Severn River, Annapolis is naturally a haven for boats and aquatic sports, as well as an ideal setting for the United States Naval Academy, which was founded here in 1845. Among the various methods of becoming enrolled as a midshipman in this famous institution, a young man may be appointed by the President or the Vice President of the United States, a senator or a congressman, or be elected from the District of Columbia. He must be between the ages of 17 and 21, unmarried, and he must pass a rigid physical and mental examination. Buried beneath this imposing chapel are the mortal remains of John Paul Jones, the father of the American Navy. Each year, new groups of midshipmen arrive, and they present an interesting contrast to the well-drilled and disciplined upperclassmen that we have been accustomed to seeing on parade. But parading is a minor part of the training at Annapolis, where the graduate must have a thorough knowledge of mathematics, engineering, physics, electricity, ordnance, seamanship, and navigation, as well as foreign languages. Bancroft Hall, containing about 25 acres of floor space, and said to be the largest college dormitory in the world, provides living quarters for the candidates after they have been sworn in as midshipmen. The first drill uniforms are hardly designed for looks, but in spite of the dress, the midshipmen, after a few days under the tutelage of experienced instructors, begin to show improvement. One of the most impressive sights at Annapolis is the color guard on parade. Leaving the little town of Annapolis with its great Naval Academy adorning the shores of the Severn River, we continue our tour over the road that leads to the historic shrines of Baltimore, one of the best known of which is this colonial house on the grounds of the Johns Hopkins University, built in the early part of the 19th century by Charles Carroll, a signer of the Declaration of Independence. Another famous landmark in the city of Baltimore is this so-called flag house, inside of which may be seen many objects of historic interest, including a painting by Lawrence Rada, reproducing a scene that actually took place here, the making of the Star Spangled Banner, which inspired Francis Scott Key to compose what is now the national anthem of the United States. During the War of 1812, when the British fleet was threatening Fort McHenry, Francis Scott Key, an American lawyer, went aboard one of the British ships to arrange for the release of a friend. Key himself was confined on board his flag of truce ship during the bombardment. All through the night he watched, and at dawn, when he saw the stars and stripes still floating over this fort in the harbor of Baltimore, he wrote the words for his immortal Star Spangled Banner, words that will always be associated with Fort McHenry. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare and the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Commemorating the memory of Francis Scott Key, this imposing monument has been erected in the city of Baltimore and in a sequestered cemetery at Frederick over the grave of Maryland's illustrious son. The stars and stripes now wave day and night in solemn tribute to him who wrote, and the star-spangled banner in triumph shall wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.